Hello, everyone. This is Daniel Silva. I'm the team leader of one of the cross-functional teams at dotCMS. And today we're going to talk about working remotely at dotCMS. We're going to cover a few things, dotCMS adoption of remote work and how it has changed throughout the years. We're going to talk about synchronous versus asynchronous communication and how we do it here, benefits for remote workers at dotCMS. Also, I'm going to mention some initiatives and activities we have to contribute towards employee well-being. And lastly, as a bonus, I'm going to throw some personal tips that I've accumulated throughout my long journey of working remotely. Okay, what is it? I think we're all very familiar of what remote work is, but it's the practice of employees doing their jobs from a location other than a central office operated by the employer. And such locations can include, employees' home, which is usually the case, but also co-working spaces or cafes or any other place outside of the traditional corporate office building or campus. In my case, my usually go-tos are cafes or co-working spaces. That's how I find myself being more productive and more motivated. I think we all became very familiar with this since COVID-19, and it even became or has become a very popular, let's say, benefit that candidates look for when searching for jobs. I consider dotCMS to be a pioneer in the remote working field. I remember when I applied for dotCMS, it was very uncommon to work like this. And when I got the job, my friends were like, "Are you working remotely? What does that mean? You're not going to an office?" And I was, yeah, I work from home. So I consider dotCMS to be an experienced player in this field. About the adoption of dotCMS and remote work, it did started with distributed locations. We used to have offices in different countries, but at the beginning, pretty much everyone was going to an office. Then we tried with some departments going to an office and some other departments working from home. R&D used to work from home. Then sales, accounting, human resources were going to an office. We also experimented with what I call hybrid, which was some days going to the office, some days working from home. That happened in the Costa Rican office. But that revealed the employees' preferences. They really liked working from home and they were pushing for more and more days working from home, to the point that we were okay. We don't need that office. Let's send everyone home. They really enjoy working from home and they're even more productive. So let's do that. And currently, we are right now 72 employees, including myself. We are 100% remote. All of us are working remotely. So yeah, it's been quite a journey for dotCMS. But yeah, working remotely has been present since the very beginning. About our communication style, you usually find companies following either synchronous or asynchronous communication types. We have a mix, what we would find to be a healthy balance. We consider ourselves synchronous first. So we try to work at the same hours across different time zones. We're based on the Eastern time zone with some exception. But I think in my case, and I think it's also the feeling for a lot of the employees, this helps with the feeling of belonging, that you belong to a team, that you're working with humans, you're not isolated. We also get to hear from each other every day. We do have daily meetings, but at the same time, we try to have a balance with being asynchronous, meaning we encourage employees not to avoid blocking themselves waiting for answers. We try to encourage them going to our documentation side or dev wikis, internal docs. And even if they cannot find the answers there, we also maintain a prioritized backlog when, while they're waiting for their answer, they can go and pick some more work so they don't get stopped. And we also try to ask ourselves all the time when we're planning to have a meeting, does it really need to be a meeting, which is the tendency, or can it be a document? Can it be a video? Can it be an entry in our dev wiki, something reusable that we can share? So we try to maintain that balance. Also, I wanted to mention the benefits we have for remote workers. We, of course, give each employee an equipment, a laptop, but we go more than that. We can provide external displays, keyboards, mouse, even headsets. This one was provided by dotCMS. software you might need. We do have Udemy Business, which is to me it's a great benefit. You have available a lot of courses, books that you might need, and also a pretty nice one. You can request to work from a remote location, so you can combine days off with working from whatever you decide, beach or Europe, whatever. Or if you just want to work from a different location, that's also possible. We also have some initiatives and activities that contribute towards employee well-being. So we have coffee chats, which is this space where employees connect and they talk about topics of their choosing. We have a hobby channel on Slack where you can share stuff that's not related to work. From time to time, we throw some fitness challenges, which to me, I love them. And it helps with, the inactivity and being sedentary, which is the tendency also with working from home. And also we have offsites every year. I know some friends of mine that if you're working remote for a while and they're like, I've never seen my coworkers ever. In this case, at least once a year, we all get together and we have a great time. Also, I want to throw some data while working for dotCMS. I've been here for a while. I've been 12 years, always remote from the beginning. So I saved a pretty significant amount of time by not commuting. I did the math and that's like 195 days. I also lived in 2 countries. I worked from 13 countries. And well, I visited more cafes than you can think of. And also, lastly, as a bonus, I wanted to throw some tips, either if you're working from home or if you're working from outside. If you're working from home, get dressed. Get dressed. I mean, wake up, get dressed, get your routine. I know some people work from the bed. To me, that's a no, a big no. It's a formula for being demotivated and unproductive. So get dressed. Have a dedicated space or home office. Invest in a good chair, even if you can afford like a standing desk that you can switch between standing and seated. That's great. And also let the people that you have around at home know that you're not available, right? Because they assume that because they're seeing you there, they can't talk to you and interrupt you. No, let them know that imagine that I don't exist or close the door of your home office. And then if you're working from outside, I would recommend investing in a laptop stand plus external keyboard and external mouse. That helps a lot with the position. It's so many hours working. That helps a lot with your posture. Also invest in a solid headset. I would recommend a power bank just in case you don't have outlets or power available. Also a cellular data plan with plenty of gigs just in case your internet or the internet of the place you're working from doesn't work. Some background noise canceling software also. I like one called Crisp. It's been very helpful for me. And also a big enough screen within your laptop. Like if you get the option to choose between 14, 15, 17, I would recommend going with the 17. You'll appreciate it in the long run. Or even having, if you want to get fancy, have an additional portable screen. And as a final note, I do feel we have a very curated and balanced remote work approach. So if you're looking for a job and want to have a great remote work experience, feel free to apply to work for dotCMS at dotcms.com/careers.